crunch. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Thursday. Thomas says, right on time, baby. I presume that's exactly how he did. Like, sitting at his computer, that's exactly how he did that. He did the revolver finger guns.
You're right on that. I'm so impressed.
Like, that was exactly how it worked. Hi, everybody. Good morning. Sounds like Weather Channel music. You're loco on the 8s. Weather's gonna be good here today. Except it's, you know...
Is it?
Warm. High 70s.
I have 84.
High 70s. That implies that that's the ceiling. I just meant high 70s, and also it gets hotter than that. Into the low 80s. It's gonna be a warm one. But not like too warm. I guess it depends who you ask. Is 84 degrees too warm? I don't think so. It's fine. It's just funny.
The weather's going to be great today, except when it's not. Chaz says today we will have clear skies, also 8 hours of rain, but
40 minutes of clear skies. I'm cool with it, to be honest. I'm cool with I can do 84. I can do 84. I can do 85.
As long as the humidity is not as bad, it's fine.
I think 85 is where it starts to get like, But everything before 85, I can just bask in. I'm like an iguana. Put me under a heat lamp. But even at a certain point, the iguana would be like, I'm sorry, is that an incorrect setting? I believe I'm burning. Everyone's got a limit. Mine was pretty high. My mom dropped off some dark rye. It was good timing too, because we basically were finishing up the other bread. And I had been tearing off the corners because it was slightly waterlogged in the corners because of the being freezer burnt. But this dark rye, that's good. That's really good. You're still not a big rye person, huh? I mean, each their own, but this is good. I did toast it, yeah. That's a problem with dark rye, you can't tell. But I did. This is
It looks like chocolate.
It's I don't know if it's actually 3.5 minutes, but it's 3.5 on the toaster slider. There's an old Tom Scott video where he tries a bunch of different toasters and puts them all in the same setting and finds out that they all do toast at like dramatically different amounts of minutes. Mm-hmm. And that only on super, super high-end toasters do those correspond to minutes. So I don't know if this is actually 3.5 minutes. It's just, yeah, as Mr. Death says, 3.5 toaster units. Whatever a unit of toasting is. Which is also not standard because it varies from brand to brand. Oh yeah, we saw basically a Tom Scott video. The parody. That was funny. Man, I put too much jam on my toast today.
I think it looks good. More jam.
I normally do it pretty like thin.
Oh no.
And this is a little thicker than I like. I'm gonna get through it, but man, this is different for me. This is really different for me. I'm very specific when it comes to applying condiment to bread. Because in my opinion, some people may vary on this. In my opinion, the knife, once it starts spreading the jam, should not return to the jam can. Jam bottle. Bottle?
Jar.
Jar! Jam can.
I know, Brandon.
Listen. Jam can. Here's why. Here's why. This is how. Look at chest. Here's how I feel. If you, oh no, a little tiny fuzz. Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, hair.
I know. Oh, Cappy, no. No. This is really getting me off track.
Go with a knife.
I'll just eat it. Anyway, when you spread the jam, you don't know it because it's microscopic, but you're getting little bread bits onto that knife. And if you put that back in the jar, you're just putting bread into that jam can, jam bottle. What was it again? What was it called that you said? Yeah, what is that? Bottle. Can. Are you giving me sign language? That doesn't help.
The jar?
Jar. Jar. Yeah, okay. Jar. Having trouble with jar today. Although I really like JamCan as a single word. I really like that. Anyway, so what I do is I go into the jam jar. I get the jam with the knife. I drizzle it over the pieces of bread. I drizzle it over so it falls to the bread. So I have to visually like guess. Just stick with me. Stick with me. I think this is normal. I think this is completely normal. I drizzle it over, but I do not touch the knife to the bread, running the risk of getting the microscopic bread back into the jar. Once I feel like I probably have a pretty good amount, but again, it's a puddle, so I haven't spread it, so I'm not sure. That's when I'm done with the jar. I close the jar, and then I start to spread the jam onto the bread. But the thing is, lately I haven't had the wide bread. I've had the normal size bread. So because of that, going to this wider bread, it really played with my head of like, how much jam? I'm not sure what my jam distribution should be. And that's how I get stuck with more jam than normal. You're gonna fill all your jam cans with crumbs. You wanna know the fastest way to become my anti-friend? That's on the list.
Enemy?
Yeah. Yeah, that's... You want to not be invited back in my house, Chaz? Put crumbs in my jam jar. In my jam can.
Thomas says, every day you surprise me.
I love your surprise. Don't you hate it when your anti-friend puts microscopic bread in your jam can? That phrase makes sense to me. And unfortunately, it now makes sense to all of you. It hasn't even been 10 minutes. We're less than 10 minutes into this.
Do we need separate jars for extra life? Steven's jar.
No, we understand that everyone is going to be a civil human adult.
As long as people don't use the knife for peanut butter and then use the same knife for the jam, I don't care.
Hold on, I hear lyrics.
If it's the opposite way, you use the jam first and then the peanut butter, I don't care. I just can't have the cross-contamination. That's separate.
When I make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, there are 2 knives. Who's mad? Someone mad? Just let it out. Just let it out. Sounds like some people are going to be upset. 2 knives.
Yeah, well, don't eat the
Do
tape.
you do the dishes and I'm not mad? I do. I do. But it's just... It's a constant cycle of dishwashing to make sure that there are enough knives when it's sandwich season. God forbid both Mallory and myself are having a sandwich in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Here's another one. Mal and I are each going to have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Well, I'm having cashew butter.
Yeah, but we're using the same jelly, right? We're using the same jelly. Mal will start to put the jam on her bread, and she knows she does the drizzle, and I have to stop her. I gotta stop her before she spreads it. I'm like, don't you spread that jam. You let me borrow that knife.
To drizzle jam on my bread.
To do my drizzling. Because I would prefer to use the fewest amount of knives possible with the understanding I will need to. And if we're making a sandwich, we can get away with just 3 knives. Ain't nobody need to use 4 knives. That's ridiculous.
Your dad says you need squeezable jam.
It's not the problem. But I'm just saying, with four knives, it's too many. You can do it with 3, but you've got to share that jam knife.
He needs something, Chaz says.
You have to share the jam knife.
Squeezable jam. Don't worry, it's on the grocery list.
You know what my favorite thing about all this is? There ain't no way you knew all this before we got married.
I know.
This is all just like...
Stuff I've had to learn since we've been married.
We're both making the same type of sandwich. Hey! Don't you touch that knife to that bread. Not until you pass it over here. Once the knife has become a bread knife, and it is done with its role as jam knife, we keep moving on.
I could see if you were like using butter on your bread and the toast was too soft and the butter was too cold and like all you did was like get crumbs everywhere because of it, but the jam, that jam especially, is like actually quite thin.
We don't put food in the jam
and you
can.
don't have to like scrape it on the bread.
It doesn't matter.
Just lightly
Mallory, it's microscopic. It's invisible to the human eye. We have to understand that there is a risk. There is a risk of contaminating the jam with bread, and we just can't take that risk. It's just too risky. I really hate that.
At least I don't have to worry about this with peanut butter, because I have my own jar.
Listen, there's just, there's just rules.
Chaz. He said, yeah, 1 week is about it for you. Can only stand you for 1 week.
Love you, buddy. I've been trying to...
Chaz, you should see, like, if he gets something on his hand, like soap, like, there's like a... He has to be very careful about, like, touching things and...
That statement doesn't even make sense.
And, like, if I use lotion on my hands, like, he's like, what have you touched? I don't want to touch it.
I am very specific about that. The lotion thing is more about the scent. I can smell lotion from, like, several hundred yards away. I'm like, someone has lotion.
And I use unscented, like, sensitive skin.
Yeah. It says unscented. Not to this nose. This music makes it sound like my nose is involved in like a gritty, like buddy cop movie. Stephen George and whoosh, his nose can smell unscented lotion. Got a new job at the TSA.
There's sometimes after I take a shower, you're like, what is that smell? And I'm like, nothing. And you're like, no, I smell something. And I'm like, oh, it's the shower cleaner. And it's lotion, and you're like, oh, okay.
It's best to just lie to me. It's best to be like,
I know.
It's in the other room. And I'll go, Okay. I've been really wondering about that shower cleaner. I'm like, that's some really bizarre shower cleaner.
It's quite strong. That's not a lie. The shower cleaner is super strong. Maybe you are smelling that and not the lotion.
Maybe I didn't lie.
Because when we bought a new shower cleaner, like an after shower, just like spray the shower down. And the first time I used
For
it,
cleaning the shower, is that what you're trying to say?
yes, but it's not like one you have to sit there and scrub.
Mm-hmm.
And so like I sprayed it down, and I was like, oh, he's gonna hate this. And then sure enough, you came in the bathroom later, and you were like, yeah, I hate this.
I mean, it's true. I don't do good with smells. I'm extremely sensitive to smell. And my mom actually just sent me a message and says the nose is inherited. It's true. It's true. My mother and I have noses like bloodhounds, for better or for worse. I'm super sensitive to smells. I differ a little bit from my mom, because my mom enjoys like smelly stuff. Like she's someone who would willingly go into a candle aisle. And I'm someone who would run far away from it. It's too much.
Good morning. Do you want snuggles? Is that why you're sitting like that?
Hi, bud.
You need snuggles?
There's certain scents that I like, but most of them I just find terribly overpowering. Anyway.
You're fine. I gotcha. What's up?
Hi, Cap. So you've all learned a lot. I want to finish this toast. I'm going to read alerts, but I'm just like devoted to the toast at this point. Too much, in fact? I don't think so.
Hi.
I don't think so. Steven doesn't like candles.
Okay.
Certain scents I can do. But as a general concept, I'm not a big candle guy.
Do you like the bread candle I have?
I don't know what that is.
Okay.
Sorry. Man.
Probably getting more cat hair into your jam.
I ate the one. I tried to eat around it and then tried to like hopefully get it to a point where I could get it off of the bread, and I couldn't. And it didn't want to just shove my fingers in it, so I was like, I don't know. You probably eat stuff every day that you don't know about, so I'm like, well, this one I will just know about, and it's fine.
The other candle I really liked that's gone now is that Wisconsin candle you got me for Christmas a few years ago.
Yeah, where it just smells like...
Kringle.
Is that what it smells like, Kringle?
Yeah, that's one of the notes. I've wanted to get another copy of it, like another candle, but they've been like sold out of Wisconsin one and haven't remade it. See, this one says Kringle or Pringle? Kringle with a K.
So what you're saying is you wouldn't want the candle that smells like KFC chicken and mashed potatoes. That might be fine. For what it's worth.
So what would the South Carolina candle smell like? I think that brand, their South Carolina one, was like Magnolia something. I can't remember.
I don't know. Trying to make a candle that smells like a place is really... That's kind of hard to nail down an entire state.
Yeah.
Maybe if you made a candle that was like paper mill, then yeah, okay, that you could make it smell like a place. But making a candle that's like, this smells like all of South Carolina. No, it doesn't. What does South Carolina smell like? It just smells like air. Maybe that you can, if you could replicate like the ocean breeze, because that has a smell. It absolutely has a smell. Smells like alligators. I ain't never been close enough to an alligator to know what that smells like, but I'm real curious.
This is the South Carolina one.
Sip sweet tea on... sorry, I'm gonna read it. Sip sweet tea on the porch with notes of steeped bergamot. Is that how you pronounce it? Bergamot?
I actually don't know. I've never heard it pronounced.
Bergamot, hibiscus and lemon, magnolia and palmetto with a splash of grapefruit. Top notes of bergamot, grapefruit, and lemon. Mid notes of magnolia, hibiscus, and sugar. And base notes of ylang ylang.
I don't know what that one is.
Vanilla and black tea. I mean, just give me a candle that smells like black tea. I'd be cool with that. I wouldn't mind that. That'd be totally okay. Oh, this is so much jam. It really is. I wish I had one more piece of bread. That'd be nice. Am I 1/900? Oh baby, oh baby, oh baby. Been a while since I watched that show.
What else are you particular about?
Oh God. Probably several things.
I mean, textures with food because you hate whipped cream.
Thomas says everything.
You have a thing with the feel of stuff too. So like when we were looking for plates, and Thomas knows because Thomas was with us. Any like ceramics that are matte, he doesn't like. And like the bottoms where there's no glaze on stuff, he doesn't like that either.
It's true. We bought the best plates ever. We really did.
I know you like our plates. I do too.
Like our plates. I don't like to touch anything. It's all...
Matte.
Yeah, I don't know how to describe it.
What's this?
What do you mean?
That's kind of matte.
No, it ain't.
It's powder coated.
You know what I don't like to touch?
The bottom of the cup. I know, where there's no
The
glaze.
edge.
Where there's no glaze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I'm someone who... You know, everyone's like, oh, nobody likes the sound of nails on chalkboard. I'll kill you. I will come unglued out of my seat, jump across the room, and do a double front flip kick into your neck and break your head off your body if you do that in my presence. Just want to establish that right now. That's the level of uncomfortable I am with someone putting their nails on a chalkboard. It ain't good. And it happened when I was in, like elementary school or whatever. And honest to God, I felt a sensation up through my spine I ain't never felt in my life. I'm breaking out into a cold sweat. I can feel my legs breaking into a cold sweat thinking about the sound of nails on a chalkboard. And like, why? I don't know. It's part of it's the sound. Part of it's the idea of like me doing
it. The feeling is actually kind of cool though.
Mallory, don't! Don't do it! Oh my God. The backs of my knees are just so sweaty.
I would have loved a chalkboard in my classroom.
But here's the thing.
There's an English teacher that was up the hall from me who had like a real legit, old-fashioned, high-quality chalkboard because there's qualities to chalkboard. And she covered it up with bulletin board paper. And I'm like, can they just take out the whiteboard in my room and put the chalkboard in my room?
Here's the thing. For most people, I think it would just be like, oh man, this is all crazy.
You also don't like your nails being filed.
Well, some folks in the audience understand exactly what I'm talking about, though. There's going to be folks that relate very intently to what I'm saying. Like, just the idea that you would touch it, you're sweaty. And like, why? I don't know. Intelligent one can relate. Black Wolf Alpha, yep. Kayla Chris, yep. It's just one of those things. Like, I can't even... the idea of it is just... Can't do it. And I get like a little uncomfortable when I watch videos of people that got GoPros strapped to their head and they're on top of a building in China. That's related, I swear. Like, you know how you're like, oh god, they might fall?
Ragusku hates the sound of styrofoam. I do too. If you get a styrofoam cup from a place, like a drive-thru, and it squeaks in your cup holder, I hate that.
That's fine.
I hate that.
That's fine. I don't mind that. That seems okay. But the chalkboard. Chalkboard. Anyway, I'm almost done with this and we'll relearn. We've all learned a lot.
Yeah.
Has it really been 26 minutes?
Yeah. You talked about jam for a long time.
I had a lot to say about jam.
And Chaz was like, yep.
I had a lot to say.
Only gonna be here for a week.
4 minutes until breakfast. It's a great show, everyone. Great show.
Well, you finished your toast, at least.
Well, that was my goal.
Wario Speedwagon says, I hate when people are reckless with balloons. I hate surprise pops so much. I can't stand the squeaking of them, like if you squeak them.
See, my whole thing with balloons
But I also
is
freak
like,
out near balloons nowadays, kind of like a traumatic response, like...
Well, it's because you're deathly allergic to latex rubber.
Yeah.
My response to balloons is
Kids
similar.
with balloons at 4th of July or at the state fair or somewhere where someone's making balloon animals, I get visibly anxious and like need to leave the room.
I mean, I'm
or
actually
area.
So I'm the same way because my mom is also allergic to latex rubber, and I remember being like knowing that and knowing what happened because her throat swells shut, and like being like if I was by myself it was one thing, but I'm always like thinking about it. But you know, if I was with my mom and we were somewhere where there was balloons, I felt very like protective of my mother, and just thinking like keep the balloons away from her. So it's, you know, convenient, to say the least, that you have the same allergy, because it just go from, like, protecting one person to protecting another. Like, don't you get anywhere near her with a balloon, or I'll do a double front flip across the room and kick you in the neck. I think it's time to read alerts. Is that how this show works? I think so. Your Bets from Pickletron, who says, Pop Quiz, what is the name of the Japanese samurai movie released in 1961 that became the basis for every Western?
Yojimbo?
I think it's Yojimbo. We had to watch it.
I watched it in Japanese class in high school.
Oh, you actually did?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
never finished it.
Yeah, I think it's Yojimbo. There might be another one that I don't remember. But whatever was like V1, I watched that in film history. NDL says Yojimbo, and I trust NDL. Yeah, I watched that, and sorry, I'm trying to think of other like super important film history things from the era. But it's actually earlier. I was thinking of Battleship Potemkin. Shout out to all the fans of Battleship Potemkin. The scene with the baby stroller? Where he goes down the stairs. You know, there's a lot, there's movies that have a very cultural and historical significance that we go back and we look at them and we're like, oh yeah, we can do better, but this was important at the time. Let's see, where was I? There we are. 8 months from Pickletron also says, I did it again. Thank you, John. I said thank you, Tron. Thank you, Tron. I'm gonna have to move quicker than this. It took us 30 minutes to start even reading alerts. 19 months from Penguin Frog. Thank you. 24 months. Hold on. From Harm NTG. 2 years. I'm in shock. How fast time is going. It's been fast. It wasn't more than a little more than 2 years ago. We did the little stream where I played Stardew Valley. Because I was like, we gotta try and hit affiliate. I gotta make another video. We're not streaming enough in a month. 21 months from the Demonic Diva. Well, made it to Washington and I'm jet lagged as heck and I got a cat snuggling me, so I call this a win. If you're jet lagged, having a cat's probably about the best you could do. Enjoy Washington. 3 months from Sora Hibari. He says, I don't normally get to make these because of work, but hey, 3 months. You guys are awesome. Appreciate it and enjoy your plus. 300 bits from Ann, who says, Cousin Tom has added to the lore of Carlos the Ice Cream Truck by stating that Carlos's ice cream is not made of corn, it must be a premium brand, no corn syrup. I accept this. I accept this information and add it to the pooled resource of shared lore. Thank you. Thank you, Tom. What's Tom in relation to us? Nephew? Nephew Tom? Thank you, Nephew Tom. 6 months.
These aren't cookies, this is cereal.
And a bad cereal at that. But I guess it's subjective. I don't want that. That'll be the last thing I taste. 6 months from King Family 3. 6 months! It really has gone fast. Thanks for all that you guys do. It has really helped my family through these hard times. I'm glad to know that. Thank you for sharing. And congrats on the double plus. 300 bits from Zatsy, who says, so day 3 of I slept on my arm funny. And it's finally gone beyond excruciating pain. Hooray. Still not terribly mobile, without feeling like the muscle's been pulled from the bone, but it's progress. Painful, painful progress. I hope you get feeling better soon. I mean, progress is good, but also pain is bad. Generally.
There was someone I knew who slept on their arm, like, overnight, the entire night, and didn't realize it, and then they woke up and, like, their arm was kind of messed up for, like, a few days, I think, it took to go back to normal.
Well, I've told the story before about how I fell asleep in my chair in college, and I leaned my head back on the chair, and the chair was like cloth, cotton or whatever, like on the side where your body goes, but then the back side was like a hard plastic shell, and I had my head on the plastic part, and when I woke up my head was numb, and it took 3 days before I could feel my head again. I was getting a little concerned. By day 2 I was like, is this gonna come back? Or... It did. Also, I love you, Super Soul Brothers. And you aren't the problem, it's Mega Ran. Sorry, Mega Ran. We got... I'm getting rid of lyrics. But sometimes it takes a long time to get the feeling back, too, because whenever we went to Japan, I walked around... we walked around so much that I talked about it in the vlog, where half of my pinky toe on one of my feet went numb, and it was numb for 9 months. And I was like, yeah, I guess this is, I thought my toe was like dead. I was like, I guess I just won't have feeling in my toe ever again. And it took 9 months, but I finally got the feeling back in my pinky toe. So yeah, body's weird. Certainly weird. And it's at some point you wonder, you're like, should I see a doctor? But then, you know, I was like, well, it's my pinky toe. Like, first off, I got another one. And I got 9 other toes. They're real similar. I was like, it's probably fine. 3 months from Mortally Crafty. 3 months? I'm out of my first trimester. Always look forward to these streams. Appreciate it. Congrats on your plus. Triple Plus, 9 months to B80211B. Time for a Twitch baby, and on my birthday, no less. Happy birthday! Hope your birthday's great. Eat a cake or a cookie or, you know, an apple, whatever you want. It's your birthday. You decide.
Ice cream.
Ice cream. We have ice cream still. Are we gonna try and like finish that before everyone gets here, and then we're forced to share?
I mean, I figured we'd have ice cream, but we need to finish it because Chess says, "Wow, we need the freezer room."
So wait, we need the freezer room, but you want to buy ice cream?
I haven't quite figured out the logistics yet. Don't worry.
Okay. We'll worry about it when that bridge gets crossed. We don't have a lot of freezer space, unfortunately. So, kind of hard to plan around that. Let's see. 21 months from Vegetable Sorbet. Good afternoon and happy Monday.
Also, do we need ice cream if I'm gonna make brownies and cookies, and your mom's probably gonna make something, and
Probably not.
there's the snack crate?
Probably not. Probably not. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like ice cream. I love ice cream. But the snack crate is full.
Because we can't eat it all.
We cannot eat all the snack crates. Like, people send in the most delicious stuff, and we sample it, but we can't eat it all. So, it's good that Extra Life is here, because people will be able to, like, help us
Take
eat
some
it.
home with them.
Or take some home with them. It's true. Also, Monday, doubt.
Chess says on it.
500 bits from Santiago98. It says, Morning, Stephen and Mal. So I have kind of a strange question today. Do you think we could do another no soda challenge like you did in college? I mean, you can. I drink so little soda now that my life is basically a no soda challenge.
Yeah.
I've just everything in my life, like
We split a can of Coke yesterday.
yeah.
But that was because we both had headaches, and I just couldn't shake mine, and neither could you.
I had a headache, and that was weird. I do not get headaches, and I had a weirdly strong
But
bad one
before
yesterday.
that, it's been weeks since I had one, I think.
So the way it usually works for me is I usually have one on Saturdays. I usually have a Coke on a Saturday whenever we're doing game night. And lately I've been having one, usually have one on Thursdays when we do like driveway time. So at most 2 a week. So that's the absolute most. There's just not a chance I'll drink more than 2 in a week. And sometimes it's just one. So I don't know. My life's kind of like no soda challenge. I mostly drink water and
Coffee.
yeah, I have a cup of coffee every day.
I made unsweet tea the other day, and it was good. And
Yeah,
then
we
we only had
That was so
we had
nice.
3 bags of tea, and so I could make it 1.5 times.
Yeah.
But it's on the list. We'll get more.
Yeah, we were doing some cold brew unsweet tea, and that was refreshing because that's something different than water that's not soda, and I really like having that. So hopefully we'll make more of that. 24 months from Saibi, who says 2 years. How time flies. Congrats on your 2. 500 bits from ML Finney. Good morning, grandparents. I'm 28 today. I wanted to share the birthday love. The party thrown by my Animal Crossing villagers genuinely made me cry. I wish you both the best. Be safe and have fun. From Megan. Well, first off, happy birthday. And crying over the Animal Crossing party, I don't think it's even that unusual. Because,
I think I did too in April.
Well, some of it has to do with the music.
Yeah.
The music that plays, I don't know. It hits a very certain. It hits a very certain note in your heart.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you just hit, and it's your actual birthday, so you're thinking about yourself and like how the last year of your life has gone or whatever. So you're reflecting a lot, and then that music comes in, and you're like, oh.
And the animals look like genuinely excited to be there, and they're like singing and.
Yeah. Even when digital, I mean, it's excited to be celebrated. So, happy birthday! You have a few birthdays today. 11 months from M Vorse, almost to a year. 24 months from PK Magical says, woo, 24 months. That's 2 whole years. Thanks for always making my Tuesday and Thursday mornings comfy. And here's to 100 more. 100 more months? That's... How many years is that? 8? 8 times 12 is 96. That sounds right. Is that right? Probably. Yeah.
I did the math wrong in my head the first time, so I just stopped.
Yeah, 8 years, and then the leftover would be 4 months. Cool. I can do the basic math pretty well. Why? I don't know. You get past 12, it's impossible.
And my brain was like, geometry. I use so much geometry. Geometry
can't help
no.
with that.
No.
What is the circumference of a cylinder? An anonymous gifter gifted a sub to, I'm dropping my uwus. Is that how you pronounce UW? Uwus?
I don't know.
I've decided it's uwus. Which, you know, from a distance just looks like a creature from Star Wars. Like, we gotta kill that uwu for warmth. Hearing a bits from Padawan Becca. How's it feel knowing that you and Alex are in Smash now? I think it's great. I think it's great that we're such a good team. They had to put us into the game simultaneously. Also, very much looking forward to
playing
that. We'll be recording our first reactions for the Smash Go-Up Classic episode, which we will do shortly after it comes out. I'm not sure when we're gonna release that. We'll probably just release it as soon as possible, and it just come out. Like, it won't even be in like a normal slot. It'll just show up on the channel. It'll be like, here it is. Enjoy. 20 months from Moist and Aeon. Morning, Small. Had an uncomfortable dream last night about an evil witch who kidnapped my mom. Wait, last night about an evil witch kidnapped my mom, being kidnapped and turned into a monster. I remember running up to the witch and shaking her, screaming, "What have you done?" And then she snapped my neck. And then I woke up. Well, that's not pleasant. I hope that your normal day in the conscious world is filled with, like,
less witches.
Well, I was just gonna say pleasantness, but yeah, less witches. I'd say everyone's day will probably be filled with less than one witch. If anyone's day has more than one witch in it, more than 0 witches, I'm concerned. Where are you? Are you in like a swamp or something? Armored Fog gifts a sub to Jam Jar, not to be confused with JamCan, which is how they used to do jam. It came in a can, I think. I think that's
pretty
historically
sure it's always
accurate.
been jarred.
I guess, would it take on a metallic flavor? Probably. It's probably not ideal.
Probably depends on the jam. I don't know.
500 bits from 29822. Good morning. It's been a while since I've been able to catch a stream, and I'm remembering why. I am not a morning person. Anyway, today I gotta ask, how many alarms do y'all set? I have 10 on my phone. Oh my god. And 1 on a physical alarm clock, and I still tend to oversleep. Finally, every picture of Kepler that Mal posts to Patreon goes into my group chat, normally with a caption, "Oh my god, look at this YouTuber's cat." I mean, he is a sweetheart. How many alarms do I set? 1. Just 1.
I normally set mine for 5 minutes after yours.
Yeah, I guess collectively we have 2.
Yeah.
But I get up on mine, so I'm going to count that as just...
1.
I'm just going to count that as 1. And also, I have it set up on iOS where there is not a snooze button. That's not on my phone. So the stakes are high. Like, I got to get up and do this. And I've never missed one, at least from, like, you know, oversleeping or anything. So the stakes are high, but I just know that the stakes are high, and because I know that, it makes me
get out of bed,
do things. Yeah, it makes me do things.
Now I'm curious,
but you know, your mileage will vary.
Whose alarm page on their phone is just like basically every hour, like there's like 30 alarms, and you just go and find the one you want and set it, or do you have one and change it whenever you need to change it?
Asking the big questions.
Yeah.
Asking the big questions. For the longest time, I had like 8 alarms, and they were all set to various times.
Yeah.
And then I would just look for what was the closest time to the one I wanted to get up.
That's what I do.
And then I would change it. But at some point I was like, I hate this. But with the new as part of iOS 14, you can now change sleep to have specific alarms for specific days, which is great because now my alarms page doesn't have alarms on it. It's all done within the health app. So you set them in the health app, then they're set, and it's really, really great. I highly recommend it.
See, I need to do that for mine, and what I need to do is start going to bed when my watch tells me. This week's been rough, because like...
Yes, it has.
Monday night, I was up very late painting, and then we had breakfast stream, and then I immediately went to bed after because I had been up all night painting. And then last night we did mail, and then we had to get stuff put away so we could do breakfast stream when we were up late.
It was a very late night.
It's been a rough week.
We did mail yesterday. We'll talk a little bit about that soon. Yeah, by the time you do mail, it was the longest mail video we've ever made. It took 3.5 hours to film. We had to take a break in between because it wouldn't even all fit on the drive.
We had to take a break to go drop off our taxes because it's third quarter.
Yep. So we had a lot of fun things to do. So like in the middle of the mail video, like we stop it and then dump the drive and then eat dinner, and then come back and finish the video. And then after that, we had to catalog everything, which takes a long time. Put everything onto the shelves, get everything else together, break down the boxes because there's a lot of cardboard boxes, and we're doing a cardboard run today. So yeah, there's a lot.
Because we got to start quarantining.
Yeah, quarantine.
So we can have our quarantine bubble for Extra Life.
Quarantine starts tomorrow, so yeah. It's exciting though. Yeah, the big question everyone wants to know, how many titles are we missing? It was 125 before we started the mail video, and now it's 74. 74. And like, that still sounds like a lot, but you have to remember that there's almost 1,300 of these, so that's a big deal. And also, getting 50 missing titles in a video is wild. When there's only that many left, that is huge. That is huge. So, again, thank you to everyone who sent something in. We sincerely appreciate it. There are games in the mail video that we received that I was worried I'd never see. There's a group of games that I had never seen before, and I had actually asked Roland about the games, and he says, I've worked at the store for 15 years and I've never seen any of them come in, and all of them showed up in mail. So that was exciting. So yeah, we're still missing 74 of them. The list as of right now is current. And, if people want to send stuff in, they can. My plan, because we're now quarantining, is probably right before Extra Life. Like with a few days before, or a week before, I'll probably have my parents pick up the mail. That's probably going to be the plan. Not David Lynch says, but did you get an unsealed of the sealed one? I did. Not in mail. Like, I ordered one. Because I am very concerned it's going to be requested to be played. I bet you anything.
It will be played.
I bet you anything it's going to get played. So, I don't want to be on Extra Life with like a wet rag to my head going, like opening the plastic wrap and basically burning a $100 bill by doing so. It was literally cheaper to just buy another copy of the game. I will tell you what game it is at the end of the event. because I don't want to influence it. I just want to say, yeah, I was right. I knew it would get played. And I bet you anything it will. We'll see. We'll see. 9 months from Vest Digital Media. I also do that sort of thing with jam and almond butter. It's from a lifetime of preventing cross-contamination from my family who have major allergies. It's just good practice. And of course, Matt also has, peanut allergy, so.
Yeah.
And like, for what it's worth, there's been times in my life where I have used one knife to do both jars. But it's a whole thing. Because you got to rinse it, and then you got to get the paper towel and dry it. And, at some point, you're looking at the time, and you're like, it's faster to do...
I need more coffee.
It's faster to do 2 knives. So I started doing 2 knives.
You're going to keep talking about that.
I love you.
Love you. I'm
going to keep reading alerts. 350 bits from Mazel with an E. Morning. I decided to drive from Michigan all the way to Kansas to visit my partner for the weekend. As a long-distance couple yourselves, I'm sure you guys know that excitement. Yeah, it's super exciting. It's super exciting. Mount and I frequently went... when we were dating, it was... it averaged to about 3 to 4 months. We saw each other for about a week every 3 to 4 months. And it was like the minute that we left each other, we were just starting to look forward to the next time that we get to see each other. The summers were also special because we usually spent the entire summer together. And that was nice. But every other time it was just like, oh man, it's this many weeks. Now it's this many weeks. 500 bits from Marty Griff. God, Steven, you are more neurotic than Sheldon on The Big Bang Theory. Also, why did Mario go into the house? Also, so why did Mario go into the house? Hashtag chip dam. The chip dam I get. Why did Mario go into the house? I'm not sure what that's referencing. Today's Morning Mario episode. Is today the one where he goes into the burning building? Yes, burning house. Yeah, okay. Sorry. Record these ahead of time, and I remember the levels, but I don't know when they're coming out. Okay, yeah. I don't know. If anyone saw the Morning Mario episode, which apparently some of you did, it's strange. It's very strange. Mario runs into a burning house to evacuate the burning house. Like, why not just start inside the house? Why? I don't... It's actually worth watching. Like, even if you don't normally watch Morning Mario, you should watch today's Morning Mario, because you'll be like, I'm not sure. Like, the level's theme is that, oh, the house is on fire, you have to escape. But you start outside of the house. So at the beginning, you run into the front door of the house. It's like, oh no, the house is on fire. You have to escape. And I'm like, but I was escaped. I think I should win if I just wait outside. I don't know. Maybe Mario lives in a gated community, and there's fire all around the front of the house, and he's got to go back into the house to get to the backyard. I guess that's it. I don't... Big Nate says, Mario loves the thrill of adventure. Oh no, my house is on fire. Runs into house. Oh no, I'm in the house. It's on fire. Anyway. Kitten J gives 2 subs to Pilo, Honeybee, and James KT. Thank you, Jay. 22 months from Unbent Reagent. Appreciate it. 500 bits from Gamer Girl 2108. Morning, Stephen Amount. Thought I would swing by before I clock back in for my 15-minute break. I'll see you tomorrow for Breath of the Wild. Hope you have a great day. Well, thank you. Hope your break was good. And yeah, tomorrow's Breath of the Wild. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, I have a plan for tomorrow. I'm not going to talk about it. But I've been thinking a little bit about what I want to do in it. And might do some detour stuff. A little detour. Should be fun. 6 months from Broken Dylan. It's a double plus. 300 bits from Padawan Becca. Will we ever get a high Fossix command? Maybe. I don't make the commands. But you probably knew that because there's so much of the stream that I don't run. Alerts? Chaz made them. I don't know. Commands? I don't know. The mods made them. Who knows? 4 months from Anita Wind. Happy 4 months. Question. As I just found out I need glasses, what are y'all's prescriptions and where did Mal get her frames? I'll have to ask Mal when she gets back. Well, I think she got hers from, oh my god, what is the name of the place? Parnaby's. Pendleton Ward. Warby Parker, that's it. What did I say? Warby Parker. Whatever I said before, I said Warby Parker is not it. It's Warby Parker. Almost positive. If she comes up here and she's like, no, I didn't, then I'll be like, oh. But I think she did. Pretty sure. Anyway, prescriptions. Mine's, I mean, my prescription for my, my contacts, which I guess is better, like more up to date than my glasses, is negative 575 in each eye. My eyes are equal, and they're minus 575. And Mal has better vision than I do, but her eyes are different. I think hers are closer to like 3 something. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'll ask her whenever she gets back up here. But I think I'm pretty close. I bet she's like minus 2 something in one and minus 3 something in the other. Probably. Now, our eyes are pretty bad compared to most people I know. I do know a few folks with worse eyes than mine. I won't call them out. Chaz is like. Chaz's eyes are really bad. Oh wow, Thomas. Minus 5 and minus 8. I didn't know one of yours was minus 8. Minus 8's pretty bad. Minus 8's pretty bad. Yeah, there you go. I was wondering if I didn't want to call Chaz out. Chaz is negative 16.75. And some of you are like, what? I know. I don't think I've ever met anyone that had a prescription as strong as Chaz's. It is very, very strong. Those numbers should not exist. It's very strong. It's very strong. Chaz says it's only minus 14.25 in the other. It's fine. Yeah. Chaz really is a computer. Yep. That's how his wizard powers got so strong. It's true. Yeah, he's got strong glasses. 18 months from Colin DeP, who says, happy 18 months. It's nice to have my plus back. Super looking forward to Extra Life later this month. I'm going to be pulling for the 8-player racing game. Also, question, if the bits of bread are microscopic, then do they truly matter in the JamCan? I mean, maybe not. They might build up. If you put enough microscopic things together, eventually you'll be able to see it. It depends how careless you are with spreading the jam on the bread. These just aren't risks I'm willing to take. 500 bits from Aldo says, so the disc-only discussion about Cheetos reminded me of the time I googled Cheeto chicken on a whim and found an actual recipe for flamin' hot fried chicken because of course something like that exists. I guess that's, yeah, I can see it. There was a restaurant around here that was doing chicken wings, but they were frying them in a coating that was ground up Captain Crunch. And I never tried it, but I heard it was actually really good. Had, I guess, like a natural sweetness to it or something. It's not something that I would think to do, but it was popular. So yeah. Ground up your cereals and your chips and use them to coat stuff, I guess. Hey, welcome back.
Hey, sorry, Kira.
No, you good. What's your glasses prescriptions?
Negative 3.5.
And what's
Negative 2.75.
I know you. I knew it was negative 3 something and a negative 2 something, so it's pretty close. Don't worry, Chaz already put himself out there.
Oh, Chaz.
And you got your frames from Warby Parker, right?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Hey, I know my wife. And now it's time to see if you know me. 300 bits from Pickletron. Pop quiz for Mal. What year did you get married?
2011.
Really glad that you started getting that right. So many years that was wrong.
I think these are the Oliver frames. Do they say it? Yep, Oliver. And they're the narrow version.
I think mine are from Costco.
Like 12 years ago.
Well,
Costco,
yeah, they don't sell them anymore because it's like half my life ago or whatever. But I think mine originally came from Costco. We get 100 bits from Ballin' Wizard 69. Thank you. 300 bits from Jared Dillon 2710. Hey, guess whose MacBook can't close all the way?
Yours?
Oh, yeah. Well, sounds like Jared's. Sorry. That's actually something that I need to try and
Get fixed.
Yeah, I was thinking about it, and I was like, well, now that I have the iMac and I'm working on the iMac, and I'm not going anywhere,
yeah, you should.
I should really take care of it now. And I'm juggling a bunch of other stuff, and I got other things to do, but I should really.
Yeah.
I should get the crap off of the MacBook.
Yeah.
Wipe it, and then contact Apple and be like, what do you want me to do? And see what they say. Because like the reason I noticed it happening a long time ago, but like I couldn't do anything about it because
that was your work computer.
It was my work computer. Mm-hmm. Like what am I supposed to do? Move to Windows? Do you have any idea how hard it would be
to learn how to edit on a different software?
Well, it's not even just that. It's just moving your entire life to a different operating system
temporarily.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god. There were times I had little nightmares about like waking up and the computer's dead and being like, what would I do?
Use mine.
Oh. Yeah, I guess I would. Oh, you would hate that.
Oh, I would hate that.
You would hate that
I would hate
so
that.
much. You'd be in there painting and I'd have headphones on, just... But we could make it work.
Glad we don't have to.
I'm glad we don't have to.
But yes, get that taken care of. And Jared, you should too.
Yeah. Yeah. I hope yours is still under warranty? Because if so, they will do it. I gotta speak highly of Apple as far as their Apple Care program goes, because if you have Apple Care, they will. It doesn't matter. You're like, hey, something's wrong with my computer, and they're like, I'm sorry. Do you have Apple Care? And you're like, yes. They're like, okay, well, it doesn't matter what it is. Just
yeah,
we'll make it right.
And we've never had this problem with like my college MacBook or your college MacBook.
I actually had a problem with it.
On your white MacBook.
My plastic one, but it was under warranty, and they sent me a battery in less than 24 hours. Yep. I like called them at like 6 or 7 p.m. on one of the days, and then the next day, I already had a replacement battery. It was kind of wild.
But this one, the battery doesn't come out. Like you have to take the whole body apart.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Apple products over the years have become increasingly less user serviceable. Which is great for Joni Ive smiling to himself about how thin the products are, but it's bad.
Corners.
It's bad for everyone else. Anyway, 300 bits from Summer Sencha. Speaking of alarms, I've been watching a show on Netflix where one of the characters' ringtones is the same as my alarm song, and every time his phone rings, I panic for a moment before I realize what's happening. That wouldn't be great.
Me when Sam's Town Abbey Road version comes on from The Killers.
Or a few different songs over the years.
Yeah, mostly that one.
Yeah. We got 400 bits from Pickletron XD with the Banana Star Rain. Thank you, Pickletron. 23 months from Kami, which I'm gonna say is kind of like a golden sub, because the numbers in Kami's username is 123, and that's gonna take a long time to get to. So we'll just use the last two. 23, golden sub. Getting up early in the morning to watch breakfast stream is the only plus of staying in the hospital. 23 is getting up there. Thank you for keeping me sane, Stephen Amell. I'm sorry to hear you're in the hospital. Hopefully it's like a just visiting and not in there for non-visiting purposes.
Yeah.
But regardless, I hope everything goes well, no matter what position you are in almost 2 years. Thank you, Kami. And then we got 3 months at tier 2 from Kitten J. Got that golden plus. Thank you, Jay. See, I made it through.
Good job. Well, I was waiting on the Keurig to warm up.
Yeah, I knew I'd make it through. I was fine. I was just. It was very important that I take the first 26 minutes of the show to tell you about some things. And then after we did it, we were fine.
Okay.
We were fine. We got there.
You got there?
It was okay.
Can I post a picture of Kepi from yesterday?
Which picture?
Where he does this.
Yeah. Yeah, he's very sweet. He's a sweet boy. Stuck for non-visit reasons, sadly. Oh, no.
Oh.
Well, get well soon, Kami. Being in the hospital in general, even when you're visiting, is a little unnerving. And then if you're there for non-visiting purposes, it can be very unnerving. So, I hope things go as well as can be expected and good vibes sent your way. Here's your cat tax for today. Father, can I receive some of the dry food, Father? Please, Father. Father, give to me the food. Fun fact, this happens every day. Every day. He stands there and...
If you look at him, he just has these massive eyes. Because when I first looked, I looked over and I can just see him peeking around the corner, and his eyes are just huge.
And sometimes he does two paws and stands up and goes. Mm. He's sweet. He's sweet.
I posted another picture, which is what I saw first. And he just has these massive cat eyes.
Multiple cat tags. Multiple cat tags. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. Father?
And then he starts tapping.
Father? Where's the food, Father? Cat could have been literally fed 12 minutes ago. Father? Food dish is empty, Father. Kepler, I just fed you. But food dish is empty, Father. Father! He's just relaxed right now.
He wants in the secret room where the secret food is, even though the secret food is gone.
Where is secret food? Where is secret food? Where is it? Soon Chaz and Jeff will be in there, and they do not have secret food for you. He will probably not tear the door down. Probably not.
Probably not.
Almost certainly not. But he might. Or do... Yeah. Or do they? Kepler, come back at midnight. There will be secret food. Can he tear the door down? I mean, he can open the door. So...
I don't think he knows he can open the door.
Yeah, I don't think he knows he can. But he's done it before, so... If he's done it once, he can definitely do it again. It's just hoping that he doesn't... Everybody wants a smart cat, but nobody wants a real smart cat. Because if they get real smart, then you're like, oh no. I need you to be intelligent, but not too intelligent.
Not calculating.
If you're too intelligent and calculating, that can be very problematic. as Satsy said, Sagan was a real... Yeah, Sagan was real smart.
I was just talking to a friend, and I was like, you know, given another year or two, he would have figured out how to open the dry food safe. We have a food safe like you get for dogs, with the screw-on lid that's like the size of this plate. Sagan was gonna figure that out.
He understood there was something to it, because he was trying to, like...
Yeah.
Do it.
He would have figured it out.
Kepler's not gonna figure that out.
No.
And that's fine.
Because Sagan... We had to switch to the food safe because Sagan figured out how to open the other one.
Yeah.
The old one we had, without knocking it over. He could open the other one. And he was going to figure out these doors, too. Because we have the loop handles. You just have to push down. He would have figured that out. And Kepler's not dumb. Like, he's working on his third trick now. He's gotten real good at sit and shake. We're working on spin. Like, Kepler's smart. Sagan was just really... You could see him think. And he would learn stuff, and you could watch him figure it out.
Kepler's also not concerned with... like, I don't know how to put it into a way that doesn't make Kepler seem uninteresting, but like Kepler exists within his own world, within his own set of boundaries, and he is okay with that.
Yeah.
He's just like, he's not interested in like, oh, what is that? I need to like go out of my way to do this or learn this. Like he's just, I'm cool with how things are.
Yeah.
Like one of the big things is that, you know, when Sagan was alive, I couldn't leave the upstairs unlocked. I couldn't leave it open because I could not trust Sagan to be in this room by himself. And it was bad because there would be some times where he would be asleep in the room, just like on my lap or on the couch or whatever. I'd be working at the computer and then I'd have to go to the bathroom. I'd get up and go to the bathroom and he was asleep. And I was like, oh, he's asleep.
He won't bother anything.
I go into the bathroom. He knows that I left the room, and the first thing he does is he's getting into stuff. He's like up on the printer and like looking at crap, and I'm like, and it's awful because you just feel like a prisoner because you're in your bathroom, you can't leave the toilet, so you just hear all this stuff happening, and I'm like, no, and like he doesn't care.
He knows you're.
He knows I can't get to him, so he's just like, I'm just gonna do whatever I want. Kepler is fine. In fact, there's a lot of times where I just leave the room open.
We can't leave the Velcro ties like around though.
He does chew on those.
Like they're like zip ties, but they're Velcro.
Yeah.
And we found them downstairs, and Kepler's like found them up here and taken them down. But that's the only thing Kep really bothers. He likes to chew cardboard. Kep will chew cardboard.
Yep. Thankfully, neither of them ever chewed wires.
Yep.
Sorry, Chess. Anonymous gifter gifted a sub to Elena123. Appreciate it. Reed gifted a sub to Ember Lara. Thank you, Reed. 300 bits from Pickletron, who says, what gas is in the atmosphere of Neptune and Uranus that makes it blue?
Is it a gas? Well, it has to be, right? They're gas giants. My first thought would have been cobalt, but that's a metal.
It's probably...
That's a heavy metal.
It's probably just, like, the easiest answer.
Hydrogen?
Like,
isn't that, like, the most abundant element in the universe?
I think so. Is it methane or neon? Maybe. But, like, the most abundant materials are hydrogen, nitrogen, carbon, obviously, and helium. Mm-hmm. I think those are, like, the most... Are those the most abundant? Or am I just thinking of the chemical reactions for the sun? Methane sounds right. Let's go with methane. Pickletron says methane, and Pickletron wrote the question, so we'll assume it's methane. I like space. Space is fun. Yeah, I'm thinking of the sun. But like hydrogen and the other ones are still super common.
Hydrogen and some of those other elements.
There's other stuff. There's other stuff. Like, we got special things. We got, like, special elements, but those are real common. Like, do you need hydrogen? Psh, have you looked anywhere? Get yourself some hydrogen. 100 bits from Legendary Heatran. Appreciate it. 10 months from Meltenho with the Kepi emote. And the 300 bits from Platinum Pikachu. So if we're giving Steven pop quizzes now, here's a simple one I just saw of how many NFL teams are named after birds. You could have just went with name NFL teams, and it would have been just as sad. Without looking at chat to not get spoiled here.
My guess is 5, but I don't know.
The Eagles.
The Falcons.
Okay. Submit.
Oh yeah, Renee, Seahawks.
Submit. Brandon, even better question. How many birds are there? Like 6.
The Ravens.
Crows, ravens, pigeons, seagulls.
Eagles.
Eagles, Falcons, Seahawks. Let's go with Hawks. Penguins, ostrich. That's it. I refuse to believe any. Vultures. I'll give you vultures. That's 10. There's nothing past 10 that matters. Those 10s are. That's basically it. Emus. Nah, emu's just an ugly ostrich. Robins, Blue Jays. We can file all of those under ravens.
What's your favorite team and why is it the Packers?
Oh God. That sounds like something. That sounds like something that a Wisconsin dad would ask his daughter's
South Carolinian husband.
South Carolinian boyfriend as a joke. Not that your dad ever did that. That just sounds like, hey, what's your favorite team and why is it the Packers?
What do you think of that Aaron Rodgers this year?
I'm pretty sure I let down your entire family when I was like, I don't even know how football's played. And they were like, what? And I'm like, yeah, it has something to do with getting the ball across the line, but there's points, and I don't know how the points work, and I don't care. And then everyone's like, oh, you're one of them. Like, sorry. Oh, yeah, there's ducks. Oh, yeah, okay, 11. Ducks. I'm going to put goose and duck together because of the game. They're going to occupy the same space. 300 bits for Flight to Pikachu says, answer, Mao is right. There are 5 bird NFL teams, the Cardinals, Eagles, Falcons, Ravens, and Seahawks. For anyone who's interested, my team is the Ravens, which is why I asked this question. I would have struggled to name 5 NFL teams. I would have been like, Patriots, Atlanta.
The Falcons?
I would have not remembered Falcons if you hadn't said it. I just would have been like, Atlanta. And the Mariners.
That's not football.
Listen,
Seattle Mariners.
I'm just telling you what I would have said. I'm just telling you what I would have said. I'm not saying it would have worked or made sense or been correct. I'm just saying what I would have said. Notice that, Steven, didn't you bet on the Eagles to win the Super Bowl 2 years ago? I mean, yeah, but I don't remember that. The only football team I can remember really well is Patriots because they've won 50% of every football game. Every football game has ever been played, the Patriots have won half of them. Even the ones where the Patriots didn't, play. And, I'm not happy about it. I'm just saying that's how it is. And you can't even say that I'm really wrong. They just win. They win the football. It really makes for some uninteresting football. When the Patriots are in, they're like, well, I guess they win. That's not fun. Patriots don't count. They need to not exist. Do you only know the Mariners because of Ken Griffey Jr.? No, I don't think so. I never had that game growing up. So I'm not actually terribly familiar with it. I had a friend that had it, and I might have played it once. I think I remember Mariners because it's fun to say. It's just a fun word. Mariner. You know, that's someone who likes the sea and works.
I want to go to
in
a
it.
hockey game. Again.
Okay.
I went once in high school to a Green Bay
Where?
Gamblers. I went to a Green Bay Gamblers game. It was fun. We went for Promise Makers in high school.
Noah says, I can't believe we're talking football on a breakfast stream. We're never going to have this again. Yeah, enjoy it. You got about 2 minutes of it, and we'll never talk about it again. Although we've already moved on to hockey. You know who really loved hockey was Taylor. Taylor really loved hockey.
Lindsay wants to go see, who's our hockey team in North Carolina?
The Hurricanes?
Yeah, Lindsay wants to go see the Hurricanes.
Sorry, I didn't know that.
It's Raleigh. I thought it was Charlotte.
But the bassoonist was like, go see the Hurricanes in Raleigh. So I read that as you were saying, and I was like, I get to sound smart here.
I think Lindsay has a Hurricanes jersey.
I don't mind going to sports games.
Yeah. I've never seen the Packers play. I grew up 30 minutes from Lambeau. I've never been to a game.
I'm not a big sports person, but I like being with friends and eating bad food. Like, not bad tasting food, like bad food for you, like nachos. Yeah. I'll certainly sit through 9 innings to eat like 2 different things of nachos and 2 giant soft pretzels. $25 to get in, $40 in food. Baseball. And I guess every sport. 500 bits from Penguin Frog says, in honor of Steven's excellent memory, I am a jerk. Pop quiz, Steven, what did you have for breakfast? Also, go Pack Go and the Bears. I had toast this morning.
Coffee.
I remember because last night before bed,
You said, I'm going to have toast
I told Mal,
tomorrow."
I was like, Mal, remind me in the morning if I don't remember that I want to eat toast with jam. And I said that because my mom had brought that loaf over. Now, if you were to ask me, like, what'd you have for breakfast yesterday? I would have been like, I have no idea.
Chad is blown away. I've never been to a Packers game. I went to an away game.
It's hard.
I
It's
went
like,
to an away game at Lambeau, and I got to be in one of the box suites, and that was cool.
Well, I mean, like, isn't it like a waiting list of
That's
like
for season
years?
tickets. Season tickets are like, you have to be on the waiting list for years to get season tickets. But you can get game tickets pretty easy.
Oh, okay.
And like, someone always, growing up near Green Bay, like, someone you know always has season tickets that they're not using on a weekend, and you can use them and go. But I never got the opportunity to.
My big thing and why I would not want to go, it's not that I wouldn't want to go, it's just that, like, whenever your sister has went and posted pictures, it's like snowing.
Oh, yeah.
And she's like huddled up in a thing, and she's
Yeah.
like, go, Pat, go. And I'm like,
Yeah.
it's snowing on you, comma, therefore.
Let's say you go to a preseason game. They're happening like now.
Oh my God. I cannot imagine going to a football game and it like snowing on me. It would make it very hard to enjoy the nachos. Like, I don't think it would win out. I would lose to the snow. I'd be like, I don't want these nachos anymore.
I know that, like, because I did a tour of Lambeau at some point, like, you can go take a tour. And they take you to, like, the different box suites, and you get to see them, and you get to go see it, sit in the stands and stuff.
Oh, that's neat.
It's like a tourist thing. And I remember them saying that, like, some parents put their kids on season ticket waiting lists so that by the time they get to be an adult, they're able to buy season tickets. And that was the
it's a
old
cultural
Lambeau
thing.
before they redid it.
It's a cultural thing
Yeah.
in Wisconsin. Like beer and brats. 30 bits from Pickletron. Pop quiz, back to art history. Who says you made the statue of David? I didn't. I assume you meant who? Who made the statue of David? Michelangelo. I knew that one. Struggled with my art history on Tuesday. Today, sharp as a tack. Van Gogh, Monet, Manet, Degas. Boom, 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 boom. I know them. Tom
Pablo,
says,
Pablo.
Pablo. Thomas says, dude, I want a statue of David for my front yard and I can dress him.
I don't remember which royal ruler, but they had a fig leaf made to cover the genitals at some point. So they could, like, cover the genitals for some royal ruler, but I can't remember the exact story behind it because that was, like, my very first semester of art history when I, like, didn't pay attention.
Phrases I didn't expect
I
to
think it
hear
was
on
the
breakfast
Pope.
stream this morning. Cover the genitals.
Might have been the Pope.
18 months from Ilazu, that's 1+. Appreciate it. 30 bits from Noah, who says, fly, Eagles, fly! Football, football, football. When's the next time we get to watch the football? Is that...
I mean, preseason's happening.
Well, I mean, when do we watch the football? It's February.
We only watch the one football.
Well,
when does
there
the
is-
one football happen, Mal?
I'm sorry, as someone who watches the one football, I am asking when is the...
February.
It's February, right?
Yes.
Okay. Hey, football season's coming up. In February, when I watch the one football, who's going to be in it? We know the Patriots, but who else? Who else? Eagles? Maybe. Oh, you know what they should do?
I have no idea how the Packers are doing. I have to call up my family and ask.
Are there enough players on a football team where they could divide them in half and make them play each other?
I mean, there's an offense and a defensive team.
Well, I'm just saying, could they do Patriots versus Patriots?
Patriots offense versus their defense.
Yeah. That would be great. That would be great. Anyway, 300 bits from Reed, who says, another test of Steven's bad memory. What were you talking about in Tuesday's breakfast stream? Yes, I am a jerk.
Art history.
I mean, there's generally a lot of subjects. In a typical breakfast stream, we jump around. We did discuss art history. What else did we discuss? We briefly talked about cereal on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember I named the breakfast stream VOD Pablo, so I think that was probably the big thing. That was probably the big thing. It's hard for me to name the VODs sometimes because we have several different like really good moments and I'm trying to like think of the best one. And occasionally I'll name it and I'll release it and then there will be a comment and be like, I can't believe this isn't titled this. And I'll be like, oh, that's a much better name, but it's too late. I've already named it. It's hard to remember. Oi, Steven. Got any of that CTC? I chose that voice based specifically on the oi. Oi,
Oh.
mate.
Oh.
Jab the CTC into my leg, yeah? Anyway. Things to announce for today.
My video will be out this weekend.
Yeah, Mal finished her painting. We're waiting to... we're just going to release it on Saturday because things have been too busy.
Yeah, because
Too busy.
we have our rules for quarantining for Extra Life, and so they start, and we had to make sure we get all of the outdoor stuff taken
So the time lapse for Mal's new painting will be out Saturday. Full version probably very soon after. So that'll be happening. And
People
then
are saying J for Jepsen. Is there news?
is there news of Jepsen? I know the last thing that we heard was
What did Brooke post yesterday?
that possibly be home Friday.
Okay.
Possibly. I don't know if there's anything that's
New since then.
new since then. Looking forward to talking to Okay, so yeah.
I think people are just referencing that, yeah.
Yeah, the latest news is that he yeah, it says when he's I thought it said Friday. Maybe I imagined that. Maybe not. Yeah, it says Joshua might be able to come home this Friday. Well, I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that'll happen.
Yeah.
I look forward to I look forward to just talking to him.
Yeah.
'Cause I missed him. And I hope he's doing well. Tomorrow's Breath of the Wild, obviously. And we recorded mail I don't know when that'll be out.
Because
it's 3.5.
Dan's gonna get it today.
We're gonna give it to Dan today. Like we said, it's 3.5 hours of recording, so it's a long one. It's very long. They'll probably get. I mean, obviously they'll get cut down a little bit, but it's still gonna be super, super, super long. But the right now the Wii list is updated. So again, if folks wanna send a game in, they can. But at this point, just understand that like I can't like guarantee that I'm gonna open it before Extra Life. I'm gonna do my best, and I'm certainly going to try. But like past this point, I will do my best, and we'll just kind of leave it at that. You know, if you've already sent something, it's fair to say that I'll definitely get it by Extra Life. But if you haven't sent it by like now, I will try and do like get my parents to check the mail like as close to Extra Life as I possibly can and add the games to the list. But I can't like guarantee it at this point because we're just getting down to the wire. And I think that's it.
Yeah.
I think that's it. 300 bits from Pickletron, who says, Pop quiz, can you name a brother of Zeus?
Poseidon? See, I forget the family tree.
Oh, I don't know the family tree.
Because I know Zeus is like father of so many.
Isn't Ares a brother?
Ares is Roman.
Oh. Really?
Pretty sure. Like 99% sure.
Oh. Ares is Greek? Haha! I knew it.
Ares is Greek, Mars is Roman.
Yeah! Mallory, I played God of War. You don't know about this. I played God of War. I remember. That's all I remember. Audrey says, play Hades. I'm planning on it. There will be a first 20 stream in like another 2 weeks or so.
Ares is his son, though.
Listen. He says, Steven, you said JamCans. That has nothing to do with my knowledge of Greek gods. Do I know Greek gods? No, I don't. Not very well, no. I played God of War
1.
I played the very first God of War about 100 years ago, and I remember that you play as God of War. What is his name? Kratos. You play as Kratos. And I know that Ares is in the game. And that's it. I don't remember anything else. There's a part where you like come up across this vista and everything is on fire, and there's a voiceover narrator part that's like, Ares, fire, and that's all I remember. And there were combos. There were combos in the game. Not the foods. Wouldn't that have been something?
Eat combos.
Kratos, you need to find the pepperoni combos to restore your health. And also some about Pandora's box. I vaguely remember a part with Pandora's box. And I also remember having to censor a lot. There was a lot of nudity. And being really upset that I had to censor all the nudity. Anyway. Also 100 bits from Knido 1377. Thank you. Appreciate it.
This reminds me of like a early 90s Super Nintendo game.
It sounds like Jazz Jackrabbit. It is Jazz Jackrabbit! It's an early 90s PC game.
Well, close.
So that works. Oh god. Oh, I can't think. Oh god. Oh no.
Your favorite snack is pepperoni combos.
That is a mouthful.
They're full of pepperoni.
But not troutful.
They're only about yay big.
And they're small.
Steven likes them lots.
I eat a bunch cause I'm tall. Oh, I kinda saved it at the end. Troutful means full of trout. Troutful is a word that I invented right then to rhyme with mouthful because as soon as I
sure do love the trout fish.
before it started, I was thinking, I was trying to think of a rhyme with combo or pepperoni, and my brain was like, I can't. Do something easier. And I was like, and then you sang, and when it got to me, I was like, mouthful. And as soon as I did, I was like, why did I do this? And my brain was like, quick. Troutful. And you know what? It worked. Kind of. Yeah, Bobby's are born trout. I sure do love the trout combos here today. 5,000 bits from Pickletron. Pepperoni combos. And shout out to everyone for getting a Fab reference when you didn't think you would. Alright, that is it. Let's go ahead and end here. We have to work on a grocery list because we got to make our grocery run.
Yeah, and we gotta drop off cardboard.
We got to get rid of cardboard.
There's so much cardboard.
We have a very long day.
Yeah.
Very long day. Oh my god, we did not get a terrible amount of sleep. And we've got a ton of stuff to do.
Coffee!
It's going to be a whole thing. Quickly here, before we finish. Also, Odoodle, thank you. Good to know. No more censorship. 100 bits from Colin McIvar. And then 300 bits from Goldmage, who says, the Titans Cronus and Rhea had 6 children. Hestia, Demeter? Is that how you pronounce that?
Demeter.
Hera, Hades, Poseidon, and Zeus. Zeus had a daughter that emerged from the head, Athena. Zeus and Hera had, according to some translations, Ares and Hephaestus. I think it's Hephaestus. I think it's pronounced Hephaestus.
Okay.
Maybe I'm wrong, but I think it's Hephaestus. But what do I know? It's been a long time. Since Stephen is right for a change. Ouch! Ouch! Hey, again, who played God of War that one time? I did.
See, I'm pulling from, like, art history in 2008.
I'm pulling from cutscenes that are stored, like, back here. Alright. Y'all have a great one. Sincerely appreciate you being here. Hope you had fun this morning. And we will see you tomorrow night
for Breath of the Wild
at
stream.
8 p.m. Eastern for Breath of the Wild. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. Because I have some things in the game that I want to accomplish.